Hello, my name is Luke Ring, and this is my application to the Getterman program at Baylor University. Our prompt was directed towards the author Walker Percy, and his quotes about how today is a deranged age and how you can get all A's and still flunk life. And yes, I do believe that today is a deranged age, an uncontrolled one. We're told to do whatever feels right, but rarely ask whether it's good. We've traded meaning for distraction and truth for comfort. You can get all A's and still flunk life because life isn't as shallow as only getting the right answers. I think this quote is visible to me in my small group of fourth graders that I host every week. So every week on Sundays, we do a small group, and it's with my fourth graders. And then at the last week of the month, we have a monthly memory verse. And if you get the memory verse right, which all of the kids really want to do, you get a prize from the treasure box. But a lot of the kids don't actually learn the memory verse. They memorize it during small group and then quickly forget it afterwards, or they memorize it the night before and then forget it just to get this small prize from the treasure box. And what's unfortunate about this is because we actually learn really meaningful verses, but the kids don't care at all. They only care about the treasure box. But I think this is a really good reflection of life in society and even my own life in the past because we're so focused on the small, minute, physical thing we could obtain that we forget the eternal, long lasting consequence of it. My kids and my small group don't really understand how important these verses could be to their lives. They only are really focused on the right now. I think Percy's words about this are really true, about how you can get all A's and still flunk life. And I think a lot of the problem is today that we don't really seek wisdom, we seek knowledge. And our problem isn't that we don't know enough, it's that we've separated ourselves, like I said, from the wisdom of God. And two verses that really emphasize this are 1 Corinthians 8:1 and 1 Corinthians 13:1 through 2. 1 Corinthians 18:1 says that knowledge puffs up, but love builds up. And 1 Corinthians 1 through 2 says, without love, I am nothing. Just clanging cymbals, basically nothingness, noiseless sound. And what Paul is saying is very contradictory to our lives that we live because we really focus our lives like the fourth graders on the small, minute physical things when we were made for the eternal, long lasting glories with Christ. Um, and I think at Baylor University, I can really learn how to go into this purpose of life that we're meant to live. Courses in religion and philosophies like Christian scriptures, Introduction to Christian Theology, and Philosophy of the Human Person are really compelling to me because I love philosophy and I love gaining in this wisdom of Christ and in his love and knowing him even more. We are Christ's sons and he's called us to know him, but not know about him, to know him personally. And likewise, I think the pre-law programs would really help me to gain a good understanding of who I am and who Christ is before I go and make decisions about other people's lives. As Paul says as I finish this, is that Paul says it's no longer I who live, but Christ in me. And I am hoping and I want to go to Baylor because I believe that they will help me to live that Christ-like life. Thank you.